we are going to speak about the appearance of Lord Ramachandra. I would like to request all the Vaishnavas, please bless me so that I can speak something. Although Ramayana is a big Purana, it's not easy to remember everything, but I will try my best. I have made some notes to refer myself. Ramayana is written by the great sage Valmiki. You maybe know about his past life, or if you don't know, it's not maybe because we don't have that much time to discuss. But by the mercy of his Guru Narad, he became a Brahmarshi, and then by the order of Narad also he wrote the Ramayana. 24,000 verses of Ramayana he has written, and out of that 25,000 there is 7 kandas, and we are today discuss about the Balkanda when the Lord appears. So this is the day, maybe tomorrow we are going to celebrate the appearance of Lord Ramachandra, but today also not ordinary day, just day before the Lord appears in this universe, in this world, in Ayodhya, that is called Avodh Dham. The quality of Valmiki, by chanting the holy name, Lord Rama's name, that was given to Valmiki by Narad. That's the mantra he has given, that you chant Ram, then you become purified. By chanting the holy name of Lord Ramachandra. Lord Rama was not born by that time, so not in this world, although his activities are going in the Avodh Dham, in his abode. But here the Lord was not appeared, and that time the holy name of Lord Ramachandra was chanted by Valmiki day and night, non-stop. He turned into a termite, the place for living the termites. The whole body was covered by the termites. So there was no flesh, nothing left, only the bone. And the body was covered with the termites. And then at the end, he got the benediction and he started the Ramayana. Ramayana was written before even the Lord Ramachandra appeared in this planet. So you can see the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra was visualized by Valmiki, and exactly same thing was happening when Lord Ramachandra came to this planet. King Dasaratha, the father of Lord Ramachandra, he lived about 60,000 years without any son. 60,000 years in Treta Yuga was, it's something, people used to live 100,000 years. So 60,000 years he lived without any sons. And he never had any difficulties for thinking about why he should not have a son. He was always in the sublime state of, thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he never got worried about not having son. He had a daughter in the past. We'll talk about that later stage. And all of a sudden, the king desired to have a son after 60,000 years living in this planet. Why he didn't have the sons? Why he didn't desire beforehand? There is so many questions being asked here. Some sages, they say that, there was no such jivas in this planet who could be qualified to be the son of Lord Ramachandra. King Dasarath. Who could be the son of King Dasarath? Dasarath was very pious. In his past life, he was the Swambhu Manu, and his wife was Satarupa. They both practiced a great austerity in the Namisaranya. Namisaranya is a very glorious place where the Bhagavatam second time was spoken by Sutta Goswami. Very pure place. So Swambhuva Manu and Satarupa, they have started the austerity for very long time, in thinking in the mind that they will get the son like the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So who could be like the Supreme Personality of Godhead? No one is equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or no one is above him. So only the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be the son. So no one else. After they have practiced the austerity for a long time, the Lord was very much pleased. After pleasing, the Lord arrived and asked for the benediction, and they said that, Satarupa and Swambhuva Manu said that, we need a son like you. And the Lord was saying that, Tathastu, I will be your son. But I will be your son in your next life when you are going to be King Dasarath and you are ruling the Ayodhya. So that's the time I will be your son. So King Dasarath was ruling this planet, and Ayodhya was the capital of this planet at that time. So king was ruling. 60,000 years have gone past, and once his guru Vasishtha and Arundhati, his wife, they were discussing about King Dasarath. I'm really, Arundhati is saying that I'm really surprised. You are kind of guru who is so elevated, and your disciple is not having a son. I'm really surprised. Could you kindly do something for this? He said that Vasishtha, the spiritual master of Dasarath, said that, what should I do? The king never asked me anything about his son, to get a son or anything. In the end, the king never tried also. He was totally absorbed in his mind with the serving of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he was never worried about having anything, because he knew that, the Lord will come as his son. And now here, Arundhati and Vasishtha, the spiritual master, is discussing about the king doesn't have a son. How this is possible by having a guru like you? And Vasishtha said that, I'm fine with it, but he never asked me. According to Manusmriti, if a guru is not being asked, he should not advise. So what about us? If somebody hasn't asked us any advice, better to not give that advice. Better to keep it with ourselves. Even you see something is wrong going, if there is something around you that's not right, the best thing is to keep yourself within yourself and never think negative about anyone. So this is the example of Vasishtha. Vasishtha never thought the urge to advise, thinking to advise the king for getting a son. So that is the difference between in the material life. Sometimes we invite ourselves to advise people without any invitation. But this is the different. In Manusmriti it says that a guru should be always keep quiet until a disciple is asking some question or having some thoughts about having some question about the Supreme Personality of Godhead or how to connect Krishna. So that way Vasishtha was never advised the king. Then Vasishtha said that he hasn't have the desire to have the son. How can I, force upon him that he should have a son? Arundhati said that you don't worry. I will decide that I will be, doing something and that will happen. He will be desiring. So what happened one day, Arundhati has visited the palace of the king, meeting with the queens, Kausalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. They are not ordinary people. They are not some ordinary person. According to Valmiki, it says, Jnana Saktischa Kausalya Sumitro Upasanatmika Kriya Saktischa Kaikeyi Vedo Dasaratha Nripaha. So, Kausalya is the personification of knowledge. Jnana Saktischa Kausalya Sumitra Upasanatmika. And Sumitra, the wife, the second wife she is the personification of bhakti or the devotion. Kriya Saktischa Kaikeyi, and all the karma, the good karmas. Kaikeyi is the personification of all the karmas. And Vedo Dasaratha Nripaha. And the Vedas, King Dasaratha is the personification of the Vedas. He was always reciting the Vedas in his kingdom, always. The Vedas are recited by the Brahmanas. So it was so powerful. So he is the personification of the Vedas. So these are not ordinary people. So Arundhati has visited the palace of the king, talking to the queens, and then the king came. While talking to the king, Arundhati has a little child. He started crying. And King Dasaratha, wondering why the kid was crying all of a sudden. He was fine until, king came and started talking. And Arundhati said that he was inquiring from Arundhati, and Arundhati said that the reason he is crying because he is feeling that, the king doesn't have any sons. Since he doesn't have any sons, after the king, how he will be the guru of this kingdom? So there won't be any king. So that's why he's being worried and crying. Then king thought that, okay, this is the time maybe I have to think about, having the son. And then there is some sages, they say that why the king didn't have the son? Because the king never asked to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, now you come, I'm ready for, you. He was thinking that the Lord will come one day, so I should not be worried about it. So then the king desired to have the son. He was thinking too much on that day, and next day morning he went to his council, met with his guru, Vasishtha, and discussed about getting the son. And how the king was thinking in his mind, I would like to have a Aswamedha Yajna, and by doing the Aswamedha Yajna, then I will get the sons. If someone is knowing about the Aswamedha Yajna, it's a long process, a whole year process. A horse is being released by so many, there will be so many mantras written on the horse, and there will be brahmanas, and there will be so many soldiers following the horse. The horse will go whichever direction it likes to. Nobody will stop. And if any king comes to catch the horse, there will be a fight, and he has to be defeated. If he is defeated, then the yajna is continuously going on. So the yajna was taken about a whole year. So this is the Aswamedha Yajna. King Dasaratha is asking to his guru Vasishtha that what about having a Aswamedha Yajna and then I will get the sons? Vasishtha says that that's a good idea. Yes, you should have the Aswamedha Yajna, and then the preparation starts. While discussing this with his spiritual master, Sumantra, the minister, the prime minister of the king, he's not an ordinary person. He came to discuss something in his ear, discuss with the King Dasarath that he has heard something wonderful things. So what was that? Sumantra said that I have heard from the great saints that Sanat Kumara, the 4 Kumaras, out of 4 Kumaras, Sanat Kumara, once he was giving a pravachan, katha, with the sages long time back. And the sages asked him that, when King Dasarath is going to have the son. Sanat Kumara Bhagavan Purvam Kathitvan Katham, Valmiki says. So long time ago, Purvam means long time ago, Kathitvan Katham. So he was speaking to the saints because they were asking the question. And what he said that when King Dasaratha is going to start the Aswamedha Yajna, then Sringrishi or Rishya will definitely discuss about Rishya, such a great personality, who is going to perform the Putra Kameshti Yajna or Putreshti Yajna to get the son for King Dasaratha. And that's the time only the king will get sons. When the king heard about this, he decided at this time the preparation for Aswamedha Yajna was going on, and then the king decided to go to get Rishya. Who is Rishya? He is the son of Vibhandak Maharshi. Vibhandak is a great saint, the son of Kashyap. Kashyap, who has got all the land from Lord Parasuram. Lord Parasuram was defeating the Kshatriyas, taking their kingdoms, and then given all to Kashyap. Then Kashyap, what he did? He's a saint. What he's going to do? He again gave back to the Kshatriyas. So the Kshatriyas got back their kingdoms. So they are the great tradition, great parampara. So Rishya was the son of Vibhandak. Rishi Vibhandak, he wanted his son to be a great brahmachari. He doesn't want to be a grihastha, or he should not know about man and woman, the difference between man and woman. So that's what Vibhandak wanted. So what he was doing, he was keeping him in a forest. There was an ashram, and in that ashram, Rishya was living, and in this ashram, the ashram rules were there was no one woman can visit that ashram. There can be trees in the ashram, but there cannot be any creepers. There can be lions, but no lioness will be enter into the ashram, the boundary of the ashram. So that was the very strong austerity practiced by Vibhandak and as well as Rishya. That was the powerful, isn't it? So he never visited outside his ashram, Rishya. And by practicing the Vedas and chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he becomes so powerful, Rishya. So once what happened, Valmiki says, Anavijnastu narinam vishayanam sukhasya cha. So Vibhandak Muni, Rishya, the son, he didn't know the difference between anavijnastu. He didn't know anything, the difference between narinam, the woman, and the man. And it's related, the happiness from the woman derived from. He didn't know any matter of this. He was living very simple, not knowing anything. In the Bhagavatam, we can give an example like Sukadev Goswami. Yam prabhajantam anupetyam upetya krityam dvayepayana virahakatara ajuhava putreti tanmayata taravo vinodu stam sarvabhuta hridayam munijana tasmi. When Sukadev Goswami born, immediately after his birth, he left the home. How old he was? Anyone can say? He was 16 years old. He was living in the mother's womb for 16 years, and then after he left immediately without having any Upanayan sanskar. A Brahman son, at the age of 12 to 17, they get the Upanayan sanskar. And he didn't get any Upanayan sanskar, he just left. Why he left? Because he didn't want it to get contaminated by the material life. So he immediately left. He lived in the forest. As he was leaving, Vyasadeva, following him, cried out for come back, bringing him back, calling out, "Oh dear son, please come back, dear son, come back." And Sukadeva Goswami, not listening to that, just walking away. He didn't have even cloth. He was totally digambar, no clothes. Walking away, as he was walking away, there was in the forest there was a lake. Some women, they were taking bath in the lake. As Sukadeva Goswami passing by, the women, they didn't react to him anything, although he was not having any cloth. And then after little while, then Vyasadeva is following the same path. When the women, they saw him, immediately they get out from the water and they put their clothes on. They cover their head. They feel shy seeing Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva was really surprised. He said that, "Why? My son, young son, who was 16 years old and he didn't have any clothes. And you all didn't thought that it is necessary for putting the clothes on. And you saw me, and all of a sudden you are running to your clothes and covering, and you are being shy." Then the ladies, the young girl, said that the reason we did that, because your son, he didn't know the difference between man and woman. We can feel that. But whereas you are an elderly person, still you know the difference between woman and man. So that's why we behave like that way. So this is the nature of Rishyasringa. So Rishyasringa was living in the forest in his ashram. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom called Anga, and the king was Romapada, a best friend, one of the best friend of King Dasarath. So what happened in his kingdom? There was a drought, and there was no water, no rain, nothing. And the king was lamenting that without the rain, my kingdoms, the citizens, they will suffer, I will suffer. So he started asking and getting the advice from the sages and the brahmanas that you need to go bring Rishyasringa to your kingdom. Then you will, all your problems will be disappear. Without the rain, there won't be any grains. And without grains, how someone can live? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yagyat bhavanti parjanyat anna sambhava, annat bhavanti bhutani, yajna karma samubhava. By practicing the yajnas, such as in Kali Yuga, the Japa Yajna, chanting the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So there will be timely rain. If the rain comes timely, then Yajnat Bhavati Parjanya. By chanting the holy name, doing the Japa Yajna, the rain comes. By the rain comes in time, then there will be grains. And once the grain comes, then the living beings can live with the grains. So that's the process. So King Ramapada was lamenting what to do, and the Brahmanas and sages said that you have to bring Rishyasringa to the kingdom of Anga. Once he comes, then this will be all, your all problems will be disappeared. But who could go to Vibhandak Maharshi's ashram? The rules are so strict. And Rishyasringa can't see any woman. So how he can come to the kingdom? So this is a big question mark for everyone. No one was ready to go because they know that Vibhandak is a very powerful sage and he can curse them. Then what happened? Since no one was getting ready, there are some singing and dancing girls in the council of the kingdom. They prepared to go themselves. They said that, okay, dear king, we are going to go since no one is going. And give us a nice boat and decorated with so many trees and flowers. It's a big boat, and we'll go and we'll try to bring Rishyasringa. So they prepared. They have gone. Then they took the boat in the river, went all close to the ashram of Rishyasringa. They were hiding there, looking at the activities of Vibhandak, the father of Rishyasringa, what he's doing. Because Rishyasringa wouldn't leave the ashram. He would always live in the ashram. And father only go to the forest to get wood, get the root or fruits, anything it needed for the ashram. So the son was protected from, any even female animals or any creepers or anything even in the forest. So the girls, they were waiting when they saw Vibhandak Maharshi has left the ashram to collecting wood. That time they have approached the ashram and met with Rishyasringa. As Rishyasringa saw the ladies, he never saw before. So he saw someone very different looking human beings. So then he says, King Balmiki says, Karisye hotra pujanam sarvesam viddhipurvakam idam argyam idam padyam idam moolam phalam chana. So Rishyasringa, he received them very nicely to the ashram, and he said that now I'm going to worship you. So this is the Vedic tradition. If someone is visiting you, they called Atithi Devo Bhava. We say that. So those are visiting to your place. They are your Atithi, or they are your Devo means they are the God, equal to their God. Although they are not the God, but they are equal to God. So that's why Rishyasringa, the great saint, he knew that from the father that if someone is visiting to his ashram, then they worship them. So how the worshipping was going on? He's saying that idam argyam, idam padyam, idam moolam phalam chanaha. So he's saying idam argyam samarpayami, idam padyam samarpayami. So when we worship the deities, Jai Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. So like worshipping the deities, how we worship idam argyam, idam padyam, idam achamanyam. So similarly, King Rishyasringa started worshipping the ladies. The ladies, they were not interested of getting the worship because they know that how great this personality, and we are not that qualified to get the worship. But if we reveal ourselves, then we are in trouble. He will not go. So that's why they have to hide. They were very tricky to take Rishishringa to the kingdom of Anga. So after worshipping them, Rishishringa then started asking questions. Without asking questions, first he worshipped, then he started asking the questions. So, who are you and who is your guru? What kind of Vedas you recite? So all these questions he asked. That's the normal way of asking questions if you meet with someone after worshipping. So ask the questions, where are you from? So he said that we are from the next side of the kingdom. And what kind of Vedas you recite? Then the lady said that we recite Samved. Samved is a singing form. So generally the saints, the Brahmanas, they recite with the singing in a very different melodious way. They recite the Samved. And they used to sing and recite the Samved. So they said that we recite Samved. And then he asked, so who is your guru? The lady said that we are not going to reveal our guru. Why you should not reveal our guru, your guru? He said that according to Manusmriti, you should not supposed to reveal your name, your guru's name, and a miser's name. Why your name if you should not say to public? Because keep saying your name, you become so much ego. I'm this, my name is this, I do that. So by saying that, you get so much ego. So that to avoid the ego, you should not use so much your name. You should not also say your guru's name, your father's name, your anyone who is older than you. We should not supposed to use their name. Those are older in age. Like in Vedic culture, we don't name our mother or father. We don't, call them by names. Even our brother, we don't call them by names, elderly brothers. So these are the rules. And similarly for the guru, we should not supposed to call the name of the guru unless someone is asking who is your guru. Then very rarely we use His Holiness or His Grace. We use that, first, the name, to identify our guru with great respect. So we should not use that, the name. Then a miser, why we should not supposed to speak about a miser? Miser means in many different ways. It's not only who is having the money and not wants to give you. Having a human body, form of life, and not chanting the holy name is also a miser. And if someone is not chanting the holy name, why should his name should be, called? Because you are going to get only negative. Once you talk about him, you will talk about his qualities or something bad or something negative. His bad quality will enter into you. So that's why you should not supposed to call out someone's name. So anyways, then, after this discussion, the ladies, they have said that we have brought something from us, we are going to gift you. So they have got some sweets like laddus, rasgullas, something. So they have given to Rishishringa. Rishishringa, being in the forest, he never saw those kind of things. And Balmiki says, the great says, Balmiki says that, seeing those things, he thought that these are the fruits the ladies they are offering him. And he started eating. And by eating that, he thought that, wow, it's so sweet, so tasty, and has no seeds, no, what is that, the peel, no skin, nothing. So that's why, it's such a wonderful fruits. And he said that, what kind of fruits this is? I never had this kind of fruits. Then the girl said that, oh, this fruit is from us. Only if you can come to our kingdom, then we will show you what kind of fruits you are getting. So they were also tricking him. Being so simple person, Rishishringa said that, okay, let's go then. I would like to see the tree. where you grow this, fruits. And they brought him to the boat. Then they started riding the boats all the way close to the border of Anga, the kingdom of Anga. As the boat has arrived, King Romapada was waiting. There was a waiting place. The Brahmanas they were waiting also. The great saint Rishashinga has got down from the boat. As soon he kept his foot at the border of the kingdom of Anga, there was a rain. Immediately, all of a sudden, the rain arrived and rained for so many days. Whatever the rain was not possible, that citizens they were waiting for. All of a sudden, the rain came. The rain, but it was a nice rain. You are not going to suffer. All the citizens of the Anga started dancing by seeing the rain, because there was so many years there was no rain. And King Romapada has received Rishashinga. Then the Brahmanas, they started recited the Vedic mantras. In this way, the king received Rishashinga, took him to the palace, and in the palace, the king started worshipping Rishashinga. And once the worshipping has stopped, finished, completed, then he has offered his daughter, Santa. This is the daughter King Dasarath had in the past, that he has gifted to King Romapada, because he knew that he will get the son. So that's why he was not worried. Romapada didn't have any kids, so that's why he gave this daughter to King Romapada, and Romapada was taking care so nicely. He was loving so much to Santa that he didn't want to give his daughter to anyone else. And by not giving the daughter, the kingdom becomes so impious, and that's why the rain didn't come. And that's why, as Romapada received Rishashinga, then there started rain, and then he has given his hand to Rishashinga. Santa got married, and once they got married, they were stayed there. Bibhandak, the father of Rishashinga, found out that now my son is in the kingdom of Anga, and the king given his daughter to get married. He got so angry. Then he came, to the kingdom, to the palace of the king, and he got so angry. Then before the Bibhandak was coming, the king asked the question to the sages as well as the Brahmanas, now what should I do? If he's coming, he will curse me. Then the Brahmanas and sages, they have advised him, okay, you dress them as like the newly wedded, groom and bride, and bring them to, Bibhandak, and then let Bibhandak decide what it has to be. And what happened then? As Bibhandak has entered into the palace, he was so angry, but he, Romapada brought the, daughter as well as Rishashinga in front of him. By seeing that, Bibhandak got pacified. All of a sudden calmed down. And he said that this is not the time for cursing the king or his daughter. This is the time I should supposed to be happy, because my son, this is the way it should supposed to be. Although I have tried my best to make him a brahmachari, he couldn't be a brahmachari, so he would be a grihastha, and I should supposed to bless them. So he blessed and he left. Then what happened? This is the story of Rishashinga. King Dasarath has visited the Anga, met with Romapada, and stayed there for a week. After a week, then he revealed that why he visited the Anga kingdom. He said that, my dear King Romapada, I came here to take your daughter as well as your son-in-law, because your son-in-law is going to perform a yajna called Putra Kamesti Yajna, and by that way, I will get sons. So that way, king was immediately agreed, send his daughter and son-in-law to Ayodhya. They have come with King Dasarath. And then the Aswamedha Yajna started. Aswamedha Yajna started for a year. Aswamedha Yajna continued for a year. After that, the Putra Kamesti Yajna started by Rishishringa. At the end of the Aswamedha Yajna, Rishishringa told King Dasaratha, my dear king, now I'm going to start the Putra Kamesti Yajna, where you will get 4 sons. He particularly told him 4 sons. And then he started the Yajna. Once the Putra Kamesti Yajna or Putreshti Yajna started by Rishishringa, in the Yajna, Rishishringa offered the ahutis to all the demigods, including Lord Vishnu. But the demigods came first. They came and invisibly they were present at the sacrifice arena. While the yajna was going on, the demigods, they started discussing about only Ravana and his atrocities. How Ravana was creating troubles to the demigods, they were talking about it. And it happened to be Brahma was there, and they are all indirectly indicating Lord Brahma that because you have given the benediction to Ravana, now look what is our situation, how we are suffering. Chandra says, Ravana's servants, they chastise me. They said that keep quiet, do not speak so much here. Then Brihaspati says, Swalpam jalpam mudhamate Brihaspati na esa sabha vajrena. Oh Brihaspati, keep quiet, don't speak too much. Speak little. To whom they are speaking? They are speaking to the spiritual master of the demigods, Brihaspati, saying that quiet. And who is saying? His servants, not even Ravana is saying. Ravana's servants is saying that, swalpam jalpam, speak little, don't speak so much. Mudhamate, the foolish Brihaspati. This is not the council of Indra, saying that Sabha Indrena, Vajrena. Vajra, who is holding the Vajra? That's only Indra. So this is not the council of Indra that you can speak to the demigods, or you can, speaking over, to, even Indra. Here, you speak very little, just be here. Lord Shiva said that, you have no idea my situation. Then some of the demigods said that, why, you are scared to also Ravana? We are scared. I know that we are scared, but we know that he's your devotee. How you are scared? Then he said that, he's my devotee, but I, have to come to his palace to be worshipped in the Brahma Muhurta time. So every day I have to come and he worships me at his palace. Why you are scared? So some demigods, they asked the question, are you scared? He said, no, I'm not scared. But he's a devotee I don't want near my, Kailas. Then they asked why. Then he said that once what happened, he came to Kailas, he worshipped me. He was very happy. I was very happy. My wife Parvati was very happy. We are sitting there. Then he has gone, and knowing, Ravana's mind, if someone has one mind, how many, negative thoughts going on in the mind, or if someone is puffed up, how they think, and having 10 heads and 20 hands, Ravana was very much puffed up. So he thought that, okay, I'm going to show my power. So what he did, in his 20 hands, he tried to lift the mountain of Kailas. He put his hands on the bottom and he started to lifting. As he was lifting, Lord Shiva was sitting on the top of Kailas and he was shaking. Parvati was sitting on the lap. She started even shaking. And then Parvati said that, what happened? Why this is happening? Then Lord Shiva said that my devotee is creating trouble. So what he did, Lord Shiva just pushed his left big toe to the Kailas and his hands got trapped. All 20 hands got trapped. And it was tremendous pain he was getting. And he got trapped there for about how many years I can't remember. So many years he got trapped there and he started crying, and tear was falling from his all 10 heads and crying. And at the end, he started reciting a prayer called Shiva Tandava. Anyone here Shiva Tandava? It's Ravana Shiva Tandava. It's nice. So many Saivas, the Shiva Bhaktas, they recite the Shiva Tandava. Jata travi gale jvale prabaha pavikastale gale valambya lambita bhujanga tunga malika damad ninadama damar bayam chakara chanda tandavang tanotu nah shivam. So this is the prayers he's prayed for about 15 slokas like this. He started reciting. Once he started reciting, the Lord has pacified, said that, okay, let your hands go. Now you don't come here to Kailas. I will come to you and I will be worshipped by you at your palace. Being the Lord as Asutosh being so quickly pleased, so he started visiting his place. Then Brahma said that I have also the problem. I have to go to his palace for reciting the Vedas. And if I come a bit early, his servants, they chastise me, saying that, why you have to be early? You have to come in time always. So I got so much chastised. But all the demigods, they started pointing out the finger to Lord Brahma. As hearing this, the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, came immediately to rescue Lord Brahma in his rescue. So Balmiki says, Etasmin antare Vishnum upayato mahadvitihi sankha chakra gada panir pitambara mahapatihi. So by hearing this all by the demigods, the Lord immediately left Vaikuntha. And it didn't took that long, and especially the word Mahadyuti, the immense power the Lord has. He can be anytime, anywhere. So he was immediately appeared. And how he has come? Vainateyam samaruhya. So he has sat on the back of Garuda and he has appeared at the sacrifice arena of King Dasarath in Ayodhya. And then the Lord said that, oh demigods, please don't be fear. I'm going to come soon and I'm going to be taking care of all your problems. You don't have to worry. I will stay here. I'm going to kill Ravana, kill all his brothers, his sons, nephews, and so many, and grandsons, so many. As many demons are there, I'm going to kill them. And Bhumi was looking, okay, you will kill, but what about me? I have to suffer the most. All the demigods has told you all their problems. I never told. And then the Lord says, Balmiki says that, Dasavarsa sahasrani, dasavarsa satani cha, Vasyami manusa loke, palayam prithivim imam. So Balmiki says that Dasavarsa sahasrani, dasavarsa satani cha. You can count Dasavarsa, 10 years time, 1000. So it is 10,000. Then again saying dasavarsa satanicha, and then 10 multiply again in 100, that is going to be 1000. So altogether I will live here 11,000 years. And I'm going to palayam prithivim imam. So I'm going to take care of this Prithvi, so you don't have to worry about it. So Bhumi was pacified. Anyways, then Lord Brahma has instructed all the demigods that, okay, now you take birth around and in Ayodhya as well as around Ayodhya, wherever it is possible, took birth as like monkeys and bears. So then they, the demigods, they were so much pacified, they have taken the birth, and then the Lord has, as the Putra Kameshti Yajna was about to end, Rishyasringa started offering the Purnahuti. Purnahuti is certain Vedic mantras to end the Yajna. Means the Yajna was totally about to complete. So, as about to end the Yajna, the Purnahuti was started, the Rishyasringa started reciting the Purnahuti. Then the Lord, he came as on his Garuda, but he has entered into the fire, and then there was a exalted personality came out from the fire with a pot. So what happened? The Lord has entered into the fire and then entered into the pot, and in that pot brought by the great personality named Prajapati. Balmik says that it's a Prajapati or Prajapati. That's Agni. He has appeared from the fire with the pot, and he brought to King Dasarath, and he says, Balmiki says, Idam tu nirpasatula payasam deva nirmitam. Oh dear King Dasarath, this is the payas or the yajna charu I have brought. It is made by the Deva Nirmitam. Deva means the Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Deva. So he has entered into the pot, and that's why it's not like the payas or the sweet rice what we eat, the rice, sugar and milk. It's not that one. It's the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself there as the yajna charu or the payasam. So it was given to King Dasaratha, and then Dasaratha asked how to distribute that to the queens. Then Dasaratha asked Vasishtha, his guru, how to distribute. By the advice of his guru, the payasam or the sweet rice was distributed. 50% payasam was given to Kausalya. Then 25% payasam given to Sumitra. And the rest, 25%, divided into half. And that was touched by Kausalya and Sumitra, given to Kaikeyi. And that way, the Lord's Garbhadhan Sanskar has took place. And after 11 months and 24 days, the Lord lived in the womb of Mother Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra for 11 months and 24 days. After that, it was a great time. It was the time of, prior to that, the demigods again started, did the Garbhastuti or praying to the Lord to appear in this world. So like Srimad Bhagavatam, when Krishna was in the womb of Mother Devaki, the demigods, they came invisibly and they started praying. That is called Garbhastuti. Here also, the demigods came, first started reciting the prayers Prayuddhamane Jagannatham Sarvadeva Namaskritya. O dear Lord, we pray our humble obeisances to you, O Lord Jagannath. Similarly, in Bhagavatam, the demigods reciting before the Lord appear, Satya Bratam Satya Param Trisatyam Satyasya Yoning Nitansya Satye Satyasya Satya Rita Satya Netram Satyatmakam Tvam Saranam Prapannaha. So the demigods, same, they are praying there when Krishna is coming, and here the Lord is coming, Ramachandra. So it was the month of Chaitra. This is the month of Chaitra, of course. Sukla Paksha, and in a month there is two Pakshas. One is Krishna Paksha and one is Sukla Paksha, and it was Sukla Paksha, and it was Navami Titho. It was the 9th day of the Sukla Paksha. Today is the 8th day. Tomorrow it will be the 9th day of Sukla Paksha. And Navami Titho, Punarbasu Nakshatra, and then the Nakshatra, the star was Punarbasu at that time. And then the planet was Karkata Lagne, and the planet was Karkata. In that time, at noon time, it was a Tuesday. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, first appeared. Lord Ramachandra ki, followed by Bharat, then Lakshman and Shatrugna. So whenever we call Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna, isn't it? We don't call Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrugna. Because the Garbhadan Sanskar, as I have sequentially told you, that the Garbhadan Sanskar first happened, Lord Ramachandra, then Sumitra got the 25% of the payasam. Then the rest 25% was given to Kaikeyi, divided into two. So that way the Garbhadan Sanskar was happened. So that's why in age, Lakshman is older than Bharat, but in this material world, Bharat is older than Lakshman. So that's the difference. Okay, so we are going to stop here. If there is any question or comments, please. Srila Prabhupada ki, Lord Ramachandra ki.